Hello friends, welcome once again to Rick's Garage. Well, I'm back from Florida. We had to cut our vacation short because of the coronavirus. Beaches had closed, ballparks had closed, restaurants had closed. So we decided to head back to Massachusetts while we can still get here. And I just arrived yesterday, and I thought I'd do a video on my lawn tractor here. Today I'm going to try to pull this wheel off. It's losing air. I pumped it up before I left for Florida. Come back, it was completely flat. So we're going to pull it off and see if we can find out why it's leaking. The first thing you're going to need is a tool with a right angle. This is like a nail puller type thing. And we've got to pry that center cap off. And we want to be careful with it because we want to put it back on when we're done with it. So let's see how this works. There it is, it popped right off. So, that wasn't too bad. Next we have a cotter pin we have to remove. So I've got a pair of needle nose pliers here. And we're going to try to straighten the cotter pin out. I hate these things actually. Okay, let's see how well we can pull this out. Alright, now we're going to get mean. I'm going to take a little hammer to the vice grips. And that worked. Alright, we got a little washer we got to pull off. Get that out of the way. And hopefully this wheel will slide off. And it does very easily. Okay. So we're good. Now some people like to use soapy water when they're looking for a leak. I don't like doing that because soapy water is going to bubble up no matter what you do, and it makes it hard to spot the leak. So I use just plain clear water. So I'm going to spray it around the bead. That's the most likely place it may be leaking. We got it good and wet. And let's see. We'll kind of watch it. Have a little while around this bead on this side, see if anything appears to be coming out. I don't see anything really obvious here. I'm not really seeing anything here. I'm going to check the stem. I see nothing coming out from the stem. Nothing from the bead on this side. I'm going to flip it over and check the back bead. Okay, and I already see the problem. There's bubbling up right here, all over the place. So, we'll have to check that out and see what's causing that and seal it. So that means we're going to have to try to break down the bead. Alright, I'm going to let all the air out of it. A little core tool. Now for me, breaking down the bead, it should not be a problem. I actually have a tire machine. But I'm sure a lot of you, or most of you, do not have access to a tire machine. So first thing I'm going to do is just try to press down on it. And look, it just came down that easily. I'm sure yours may not come down that easily. So if you have to, you can put it on the ground and stand on it. Let me see if I can get the other end to come off. Yep, came off very easily. So you don't need a tire machine to get these off, and you can probably just put it on the ground and stand on it. Just make sure you balance yourself good so you don't fall. Alright, so now we're going to try to clean this. I'm not going to dismount it completely. I'm just going to try to clean any debris that's in there. Alright, I'm going to apply some liquid tire buffer and cleaner. And see how we do. You can probably use soap and water if you don't have access to this stuff. So I'm going to clean all around the tire and the rim. I don't see any corrosion. I think it was just, I don't know what got in there, or how. I might have run it low on air at some point out there and allowed some debris to get in there. You can see right here that some of the paint had come off the wheel. It's probably causing the whole problem. Paint chips here and there. I don't know why that happened. But this looks like what the deal was that caused it. So if you can see right here, some paint had come off the rim and was kind of causing the tire to leak in that area. So we'll put a good amount of bead sealer right in there. It's probably from the manufacturer of the wheel. I don't know what caused that to happen, but that was the deal, that some of the paint had come off the rim, and that's why it was leaking. This is called I don't know if you can see it. Let's rim bead sealer, and we're going to put a bunch of it in this area where the paint come off this rim. I don't want to make too much of a mess out of it, but that's the whole thing right there. That's what happened. So I'm going to paint that pretty good, and actually I'm going to put some all the way around it. In the old days, they used to use grease, but grease is a petroleum product, and the rubber of the tire is a petroleum product, and so it was all well and good. But when you went to change the tire again, the grease would eat into the bead and ruin the tire. So if you did use grease, it was only a one-time fix. If you had to take the tire off for any reason, the tire would be no good. So I put a lot of it in that area. Now what I'm going to do is stick some on the other side just in case while I have it off. Wasn't leaking on this side anyway, but we're going to give it a little coat of this stuff to begin with. What I've done here is I've placed the tire on a old paint can so I can make sure the bottom stays seated. And I'm going to replace the core because I'm going to use a locking. If you don't have anybody to help you like I don't right now, I'm going to use a self-clip type air chuck, but the core has to be in to use one of these. You want to be careful doing this because this tire is only supposed to take about 14 pounds. And if you leave the chuck on there too long, you can blow it up. So as soon as the bead seats, pull the chuck off. Being quite stubborn. Here it is. Okay, so it took a little doing, but I got it to seat. So now I'm going to put the correct pressure in it. If you had another person to help you, it would have been a lot easier. But that little paint can trick works pretty good. To make sure you can keep the bottom seated while you're trying to get the bead to seal. There we go. Alright, so I'm right at 16 pounds. It's supposed to be 14 pounds. I'm going to leave it right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it right here on the cart. And I'm going to check it tomorrow to make sure it's still holding pressure. So if it is indeed holding pressure, then we'll put it back on the same way we took it off. If it's not holding pressure, then I may have to take the rim completely off and sandblast it and repaint it. But I'm pretty sure this will take care of the problem. I want to thank you very much for watching Rick's Garage, and hopefully we'll see you next time.